Good morning and welcome to the 15-minute Chassidus Shir. It's only 15 minutes in quantity, but we hope it will be a whole day's worth in quality. We're learning the Rebbe's Maamarim Tetzava, Tavshim Mem Aleph, and we're in the middle of Ois Yud Aleph. We're on page Mem Beis, and we're holding by the square brackets, which is 6 lines down. In these square brackets, the Rebbe is continuing with the thought that when Moshe Rabbeinu was told by Hashem, Vata Tetzaves B'nei Yisrael, and you should join the Yidden, not only does it mean to Hashem, but it also means each Yid to themselves, the Yidden amongst themselves. And that's how the Friedrich Rebbe also explains it in his Maamarim Tofresh Pezayin, that Moshe's avoda is to connect the Yidden to Eir Ein Sof, to Hashem, by bringing out the etzem of their neshama, l'ma'ir, and also help Yidden connect with each other with Avos Yisrael. And through this, the bonding and the Avos Yisrael is much greater than otherwise. In the structure that Hashem has set up, which we've spoken about before, there's the Etz Atzmos Mahosei Yisbarach, Hashem Himself, Hashem Echad or Hashem Yochid. The only existence is Hashem, and in that spot He created the word Eir Ein Sof. With the structure of Eir Ein Sof, which is an energy which is unlimited, then there had to be an energy which is limited, Eir Gvul, and then you had to have Eiros and Kalim. You had to have a whole process until you have Atzilus, Bri, Yitzir, Siyah, till you come into our world, and the Asar Mamaris, Shebahim, Nivra, Ha'elam, all the details of our world. So and within our world, we have body and soul, Tzura V'chomer. There's spirituality and physicality, and this is on many, many different levels. So the avoda of Avos Yisrael, to love another Yid as yourself, has many angles. One of them is that the same way as a person always looks for his own self-preservation and doesn't like to look at their own flaws, so too if we look at another Yid in that way, that's the same way as you'd like to be treated, you treat yourself, so treat someone else that way. And what you don't like done to yourself, don't do to somebody else. The Alter Rebbe explains that in Perek Lamed Beis in Tanya, that having worked with yourself through all the other chapters, Aleph through Lamed Aleph, that the Nafsham Ike and Gufam Tefela, the main energy in a person's life and his focus is on his neshama, helping his neshama connect to Hashem through Torah mitzvahs. That's the focus of the Avodas Hashem. And so too, then, when you come to have Avos Yisrael, what are you going to look at another Yid? What's going to be the norm, the natural thing? You're going to not look at the things that come from the body, which separate Yidden, those things that can be annoying, that you have to tolerate. It doesn't matter. What matters is they have a neshama. That's what you look at. So. And the main purpose of life is to have the ruchnis, override the gashmis. One should live with the ruchnis more. And that's why Hillel said that this is the main mitzvah of the Torah. The iduk perushahi. The rest is explanation. In order to have the person's life, what should be shining through as the main energy is their neshama, their spiritual life. They've got to live in the physical world, but that's all secondary and subjugated to the purpose of why they're living. That's the physical part. So that's a regular, so to speak, of Avos Yisrael. Here, in this Maamarim, he's saying that there's, by bringing out the etzem of the neshama, as it is rooted in the atzmos of Hashem, there's no differences. There's no chiluki dagas. You don't have this is neshama and this is the guf. You have all inyanim united as one. It's an extremely deep level, Hashem Himself, and it goes it's the source of everything. Because from in our world, going up from below to above, you can't help but get locked into some different level on some way. To lose all of that, to lose the structure that Hashem has made, you've got to go to the very essence. So then, coming from that level, how does Hashem look at a Yid? Hashem looks at a Yid. He has a mission in this world. He needs a guf, and the guf is unique and special for him. So, if you're able to bring out the etzem of the neshama as it is in Atzmos Yisbarech, then if there are the differences that there are between one Yid and another, come mitzad the guf, you're going to embrace them. It'll be as if you would say, we have a job to complete, and every person has a piece of that job to complete. Even if it's preparing a meal for Shabbos, if it's an army, if it's building a building. Everyone has their particular job to complete, and so you're not going to look down at the person who sweeps the floor more than the person who's the cook. Everyone has their own unique job to do. Similarly, every Yid has their own unique job to do in order to prepare the world for Mashiach. Each body and area in which a person deals with, it's their unique mission for their neshama to elevate, and so. The Ahavas Yisrael then would be not only if something about somebody else bothers me or I find it's hard to tolerate, coming from this level, it's a matter of I appreciate who you are. You've got these unique qualities because that's what's needed in order for Hashem's project of to be fulfilled. Hashem wants a dwelling place in this world. Godliness should be everywhere. How do you do it? Every Yid has their job. So if you're not doing your job, then it's going to be lacking. So, you do it different to me. That's good. That's a plus, because Hashem has made the universe in such a way that every neshama has this unique job. In fact, the Gemara says, each person has to say, because of me, the whole universe was created. That for me, there's a unique relationship with Hashem. And everyone says that. Every Yid has that. So if I appreciate my unique relationship with Hashem, because in my etzem, my neshama, me as a Yid is shining through to the ultimate level that the very essence of the neshama is shining through, as it is rooted in Atzma. So that I'm going to look at every other Yid the same way, and so that can only add to the Ahavas Yisrael. In square brackets on page Membeis Laheir, Shal Yidei Ze Nitoisef Gam Ba'achdas Yisrael. Through this level of the revelation of the Etzem of the Neshama, they'll be added with the unity of the Yidden. Sha'achdas Yisrael Al Yidei Etzem Neshama Shemisgala Behem, that the achdas of the Yidden through the Etzem Neshama that's revealed with them, who can make Dov and Noisav an Matziusam. That when you reveal the Etzem of the Neshama as on its level only, then it's something in addition to who they are. In other words, when the Etzem just shines through, not as it's rooted in Atzmos. Therefore, this oneness of the coming of the Yidden is when you make the nefesh the ikr, and the gufim tofel. And the nefesh is the main thing, and the body is the secondary. But when you have the revelation of the Shama as it's written in Atzmos, not just the revelation of the Etzem Neshama itself, that's a high level, spiritual level, but it's rooted in Atzmos, as we said before, that this is through the Aveda of what the Yidden are able to do. Then the format of the level of the soul powers as they are revealed in the person are one with the Yetzim is an Achlas Yisrael who b'chol inyanim shalahem. Therefore, the Achlas you have in every aspect of another Yidden, gam inyanim mashachim leguf, even those things that's connected to the guf, which the guf intrinsically separates one from the other. If the Etzim of the Neshama shines through in a person, so what are they living with? They're living with their Ruchnius. Ruchnis Iker, Nafsham Iker, Gufim Tfeil. If you get to be able to reveal the Etzem Neshama as a root with Atzmus, then you don't have any Chiluki Dargas. And then even the Inyanim Mitzad the Guf of another Yid also has it also is of extreme value. How's that? Because the way the Keichos Pnimim, the way a one Yid looks at another, it's not that it's something different to his neshama. His mind is thinking and in tune with how the Etzem Neshama functions as well. So this is a tremendous inyan in the Achlas Hashem. I want to read another inyan. It's a little different to this, but in the whole ideology of Chassidus introduced by the Baal Shem Tov and expanded in Chassidus Chabad from the Alter Rebbe down through the Rebbe, this concept, this inyan, that the ultimate achdus is uniting of everything. So we had it in two avenues. One is that Yid's bothered by it wearing golus, that his kochos pnimim are in tune with the etzem neshama. We had it now. We just finished this inyan of Avos Yisrael, that the etzem neshama can, when that's revealed as it is in Atzmos, then the Avos Yisrael will be added to even mitzad the differences mitzad the guf of each Yid. You'll be able to see that every Yid's guf is of value and necessary, etc., for the Kavon Elyona. In other words, once a Yid's neshama, you reveal that it's connected to the essence of Hashem, so then it shines in the person. What's the purpose of the whole creation that Hashem wants? And that's to have a dwelling place for Hashem in this world. That becomes now not just my etzem neshama feels it. I get it. It makes sense to me, and it bothers me if it's not so. So this then is relevant to the same thing. The same outlook is relevant to Hashgacha Pratis. There's a Hayom Yom that the Rebbe wrote in Chav Ches Cheshvan, and it reads like this: Inin Hashgacha Pratis hu the loizu bulvad the chol prate tenus hanivroim lemineim heim b'Hashgacha Pratis. The concept of divine providence is this: not only are all particular movements of the various creatures directed by the Hashgacha, by the providence, and not only that, but more, vehi chayes hanivra v'kiyumi, and that is the life force and maintenance existence of every creature. It's not only that. The Hashgacha Pratis is not only that everything is under the watchful eye, so to speak, of Hashem, but that Hashgacha of Hashem is the life force and maintains the existence of every creature. Ela oidzos, even more. The Tnua Pratis shel Nivra yesh le yachas kloli leklolos kavanas abriya. But even more so, the particular movement of any creature is in general terms related to the grand design of creation. Every detail is connected to the grand design of creation, and the aggregate of all individual acts. This brings to completion Hashem's grand design in the mystery of all creation. So that it's not just a detail, but there's a general picture that every detail is part of the very essence of the whole plan of why Hashem wanted there to be a world. It's not one part and another part. It's not disjointed. That every piece together, from the vantage point of how is Hashem looking at everything from His essence, everything is of value and everything is necessary for the whole creation. So just to finish off on the Hayom Yom, to bring it to a practical level, ponder this: if the swaying of a blade of grass is brought about by divine providence and is crucial to the fulfillment of the purpose of creation, then how much more so with regard to mankind in general and Yidden, the people that are close to Him in particular. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.